players who lost their lives when they were active in the MLB. Let's start with the case of Yordano Ventura, a Dominican pitcher who belonged to the Kansas City Royals. Yordano was 25 years old when he died in an incident on the road in the town of Juan Adrian, about 65 kilometers from Santo Domingo. The information that was released about the sad death of Yordano Ventura was that he was not wearing a seatbelt in his Jeep. Ventura made his debut in the Big Tent in 2013, and he quickly gained notoriety for his pitches that nearly reached 100 miles per hour. What stood out most about that was that Ventura made those pitches with the slightest effort on his part. See for yourself the relaxed mechanics he had when it came to releasing throws that easily exceeded 90 miles per hour. Ventura managed to, in 2014, a mark of 14, won by 10 losses with an ERA of 3.20. Later in 2015, his powerful arm was an important piece to win the World Series championship with the Kansas City Royals. Let's move on to the case of Oscar Taveras, the Dominican player who belonged to the St. Louis Cardinals. The Cardinals' right fielder was driving at a very high speed in the rain. The road was not in optimal condition to travel in that way, and Taveras ended up crashing into a tree, an accident that cost him life and that 18-year-old girl who was accompanied him. Taveras was a teenager in 2008 when he was signed by St. Louis as an international free agent. He was considered one of the top prospects in the majors and landed a hit on May 31st, the same day he made his major league debut. Let's move on to the case of Tyler Skaggs, the pitcher who belonged to the Angels. American baseball player Tyler Skaggs has died at the age of 27. Southlake police said Skaggs was found dead in his room at the Hilton Hotel in Texas. The cause of his death was an overdose of drugs and alcohol. This terrible news was a hard blow for the team, the family, and for all baseball fans. In the next meeting that Los Angeles had, they paid tribute to him in his memory. They all jumped onto the field with a jersey that bore their last name, and at the end of the game they gathered on the mound to cover the mound with the jerseys that bore their last name. Let's move on to the case of Cuban Jose Fernandez. Jose Fernandez, who was nicknamed by his classmates as the Boy, for always going out on the field with that contagious smile and having fun at all times like a child. He showed his passion for baseball like few players have shown. Unfortunately, everything ended for the Cuban in the early hours of September 25, 2016, after having an accident aboard his boat. The news was completely a bucket of cold water for all those close to him. Moments later, in the various matches of the league, tributes were paid in his memory, where it was very moving to see David Ortiz, who was his favorite player, suffer. Later, the tribute that his team paid him in his honor, where there were various expressions of affection, suffering, and a lot of willpower. That day, Dee Gordon, his great friend, wore a helmet that Jose wore when he batted, also simulating his posture in honor of him. He let the first pitch pass and then turned to his original side. Later, the incredible happens. Dee Gordon hit a long hit that went the other way, something that Dee Gordon himself could not believe, since he assures him that he had never hit such a long hit in his life.